sorry that I cannot be there. It's a very, very important event, and thank you for doing this. And I hope Holger and Tom will show you what we do, and we would be very, very happy if it's possible in the future to work together with you and to do something for the wrecks and for the environment, because for me the Baltic Sea is the most important sea and ocean, and I would like to do together with you something to protect and to help. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Sabine, and get better soon.
Thank you.
So with that, I would hand over to Holger.
Hello, and thank you for inviting us. So we are from the Baltic Sea Heritage Rescue Project. Okay, yeah. And we have two logos. The red one is the logo of the project, and we have a German association. We founded some years ago, and to make it under a German thing, and it makes it easier. Where's the next? Okay. So this is about me. So it's not me. It's of course it's about Sabine, but she's ill, as she told you. And normally Sabine is a pharmacist, but only 75% of the year, the other time of the year, she's a technical diver. And she founded the Baltic Sea Heritage Rescue Project. And she's a member of the Women Divers Hall of Fame. And she's a writer and photographer. So let me just introduce the Baltic Sea Heritage Project. This is the agenda. So the project unites professional divers, or not professional, experienced divers. So everybody is doing it for free. So nobody is getting money for that. And we are mainly working in the Baltic Sea in East and West Germany. Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, Sweden, and more. And our aim is to protect the Baltic Sea wrecks and document the wrecks. So basically we are crazy divers, and we sacrifice our time and money and spend everything for the project. Yes, thank you. So Tom Kürten is here. He is from the Baltic Sea Explorer, and he's also a team member, and some others. This is me, actually, Holger Bus, and Linas is our captain in Lithuania. So actually the project has grown slowly. It started in 2016 in Lithuania, and we started for the search of the wreck and identification of the wreck. And after a while, we found all the fishing gears and the lost nets, and then we decided to make it as a second part of our project, to handle with the fishing gears. The first wreck we dived was this one. It is the wreck of the German steamer Edith Boselmann. It is close to Klaipėda in Lithuania. And Linas found it on the sonar. And our team was one of the first, or maybe even the first ever, who dived there. And they found it completely untouched. So the dishes are still on the shelves. And they found a compass, and it was really a very great experience to find such a big wreck in a very good condition. The wreck itself is lying on the side, and it really has a really nice condition. And when they dived there, they were actually they didn't know the name of the ship, and they had to identify it. And they had really much luck because they found a bell. And if you find a bell, then it's very usually it's easy to find out the name of the ship. And in this case, the name of the ship was steamship Paarlasti. But the problem was the Paarlasti, or the ship who was the ship who was owning this, supposed to own this bell, sunk in England. So that was a problem. So it took a while to find out what actually happened. And we found out that the ship Paarlasti was sold, but the bell was kept in the company, in the shipping company. And later on, it got onto this Edith Boselmann that mixed up and made really a big mess. But actually, we were solving this problem. The bell, here we have another bell. So finding a bell usually is a thing once in a lifetime. So it's really a big luck to find a bell. But 1 year later, we found a second bell on the ship of the Elbing. The Elbing sunk in the First World War, and we found it on the deck in the front. And actually, I was looking in the archives and tried to find out what happened exactly with this ship, because it sunk one day after another big ship, the Friedrich Karl, sunk. And actually, the Friedrich Karl sunk, and they had several hundreds of survivors. And when they sunk, they made telegraphy, and they were asking for other ships to come for help. And Elbing was one of the ships who went and wanted to rescue the survivors. And in the meantime, another ship, the Augsburg, was taking the survivors of the Friedrich Karl and was driving towards Memel, now Klaipeda. And then they were in sight, so they were only 2 or 3 kilometers from the distance. And the Augsburg was directly driving towards the Elbing, and then suddenly they saw an explosion on the Elbing, because there was a very new minefield. And that was the reason why the Elbing sunk. But this fate saved the life of 1,000 people, because otherwise the Augsburg would be hit in this minefield. So that's one of the stories of the Elbing. We were able to recover the bell in 2020, and now it's in the museum in Klaipeda. One of the highlights of our project was an exhibition in the Klaipeda Museum. It opened last year in September. It runs for at least 1 year. After that, they are thinking to move it to different museums, and they expect 500,000 people in this year. Here, this is a part of the exhibition. We have the bell of the Elbing. This is a model, the 3D model of the wreck. I made it. I will come later in a second part of the in a talk. I will show how I made this. We have a painting of that Elbing, and this is the exhibition of the Edith Boselmann. So we have photographs, a painting, the bell of the Paarlasti, and here also we have a model of the Edith Boselmann. And they even made a video clip where they animated this fate of the Elbing, where they show how it saved all the lives of the Friedrich Karl. And then in 2020, the team discovered a new wreck. And actually, this is how it's looking like. It has a round shape. And when they first dived there, they thought that could be a submarine, because of this shape. And the visibility is like this, and yeah, so first they thought, yeah, we have a submarine. But some things were very strange. And on the propeller, for example, they found a name, T42 to 57, but they didn't really know what that meant. These are other parts. They found names or German words like Bugruder or Ansaugrohr, something like this. So they knew that was a German object and maybe a German submarine. And they found a machine telegraph. And on this machine telegraph, actually, there was Tom was telling me he found that, and it's written the name of the shipping company Schichau, Elbing. There it was built, and actually it was a torpedo boat and not a submarine. But they look similar from the shape. This one? Yeah, the propeller doesn't fit. Yes. And another problem was that last year I dived there and I made a 3D model of that, and it has a steam machine. Yeah. And submarines, they don't have steam machines. Actually, I have the 3D model of this torpedo boat in the other room, so we can see that. I have it printed out. So the other thing of our project, the other part, is about the fishing gears. And like you said, Johan, everybody who is standing on the shore looks into the water, and the normal people see this. But what we see underwater is something like this. So we see the wrecks completely covered in fishing gears, completely. And of course, we find all the dead animals. So not even fish, we also find seals, as we saw in your presentation.
Well, the wrecks are artificial reefs. The fish like them.
Yes.
Seals come look for the fish, and everything gets in.
Yes. And even if you only have one seal, the other seals are coming and trying to help them, and they die in groups. So, and that is really a big problem. And if you want to make a survey of the wreck, it's also a problem, because you only see the fishing gear and not the wreck itself. And so we decided to clean up and remove the net. So we are really going down with knives. Tom is telling about that in some minutes. And it's really hard work. And as you said, many of the wrecks are sinking down because of the shells, the muscles and something like this. But many of them have this floating things, and they keep them up. So they are fishing over years, maybe hundreds of years. And this is similar, like you told. Tenths of the world's plastic waste is made from ghost nets. It's an estimation. Hundreds of thousands of tons of nets are lost in the Baltic Sea, and it takes hundreds of years for the plastic net to rot, actually. And it's not only the fishing, it's also toxic chemicals, and the fishes are eating that, and in the end of the day we are getting it on our tables if we are eating fish. So. And of course, the historic wrecks are damaged, and if they are drifting, they can be dangerous for shipping, for other ships. They get it into the propellers and something like that. And sometimes we are lucky and we can help the fishes, like this one. And our divers, they also have scissors, and sometimes they can really help the fishes and get them out. Yes, that works. And that's really, it's a nice feeling if you rescue such a fish. It's really nice. Yes, and this we see in every dive. This is an example of one. This is actually the Edith Bosemann. This is the wreck of the Boselmann, and here we had a very high net. This is also with these floating devices, and it is 17 meters high. And Tom and Andre, they needed hours to cut it, because it's not only organic or something like that, it's also with steel cables. And then you have to cut it. Yes, that's really difficult. But Tom and Andre and me, we really try to get it out. And if you cut it and you have it on the surface, you have to get it into the ship. That's another really difficult part, because it's quite heavy. It has all the shells and yeah, it's a hard work. On the ship itself, it doesn't look so dangerous, but if it's underwater, it's like a wall. This is in Rügen. There we are doing the same, and here we lifted up the fishing net. Okay, but the video is not working, right? No. Okay. Oh, so there was a 1-minute video, but okay. So this is the first part. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tom Kürten. I'm an instructor for full remix, for technical frac diving, and a specialist for the recovery, the ghost nets. I'm founded the Baltic Sea Explorer. The Baltic Sea Explorer is founded 2015, and is association of divers who have made its mission to the explorer and protect the fracs and the ecosystem of the Baltic Sea. We have the cooperation with the Baltic Sea Heritage Rescue Project. We have the distinct between danger for diving and the danger for the wrecks. The danger for the divings is time underwater, it's deep, it's the darkness, and the coldness. Are the factors, the influence is a decompression on the surfacing. When the surfacing mistake are not forgive the always man the serious damage the health. I'm sorry. Dangerous when they're working underwater are the cause of the poor visibility to the segments. Yeah, when the world. Can we change? Please, bitte.
Ja, sieht schlimmer aus als es ist. Don't worry, just very slowly, maybe.
Kannst du einfach runterlesen?
Wo sind wir denn? Yeah, what Tom wants to say is that the danger of diving, the time underwater, and we all know that once you start working, you forget the time. Time is running like this, and you forget decompression, you forget everything. Yeah. So
the next page is
just keep.
The left side is a diver by the working, and the visibility is very, very, very bad. And this pictures is a dive profile. We have working on
50 meter deep.
On 53 meters, and time for the work is 60 minutes. And go up to the surface, we have 105 minutes. It's very, very long time in the cold water. Other problems by the recovery of the ghost net is the net.
Yeah, the net itself.
The net itself.
Yeah. So the nets, they float, and then it's very difficult to cut them, because you have to float yourself, and you don't have a stable position. You have no place where you can hold on. I mean, and then the nets, they move, and they can just go without warning. All of a sudden, you cut, and they go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so you get a lift to the surface, and
And the next problem is the
different materials.
material.
Yeah.
It's big. It's plastic. It's
Steel sometimes, no?
natural, and the steels in the ropes. It's a very, very big problem for the divers. When we cut the steels, it's 10, 50 minutes
For one cut.
for the cutting.
Yeah.
This is a net on the floor. It's 10 by 50 centimeters over and over and over.
So it's very thick layers. Yes.
And we, by the recovery, we must
What?
lift back and air in the lift back a little and cut the net piece for piece.
So it's very tedious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a net what swimming to the surface, and this is a rope, a steel rope.
Oh, nicely wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah. This net is green, and green is plastic. This net is for the yeah.
Waddlenet. Yeah. This.
Thank you. And here's a rope, and the kern is steel. Okay. The next problem is the history frags. But the history frags is this, we must very, very careful.
I mean, just imagine our beloved Frau Maria having a big net, and you want to clear it, and you don't want to destroy anything on it. Yeah. And then you have this kind of materials.
We can only cut the net piece by piece in the meter mal meter.
Yeah, meter by meter, and you have to document all the time, because you want to know what is there and learn from the.
And this is all the factors is for the working underwater and for the divers. It's a big problem. This is special tools. This is a knife for the professional divers, working divers. Schere.
Scissors, yes. It's a the what? Trauma shear.
Trauma shear.
Yeah, that is for the medical stuff.
Medical.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you have very very specific tools, and the knife on the left to say that it is not sharp on both sides as usual our diver knives, because in the dark you don't really see where you put your knife, and you don't want to cut your finger or your suit. So the back is blunt, so you can, with a blunt
And
back, you can see where you are,
s-
turn it
Am I
around,
here?
and then cut it.
look, and here's the net, return, and
Cut.
cut.
Exactly.
Okay, so, and very, very important, the bolt cutter. For the big groups, it's better as a spore, while it's 5 minutes for a rope and not 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that when you cut wire with the bolt cutter, it's harder than cutting a solid bolt.
Yes.
Because the wire goes
Yep.
and
Yeah. It evades.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But with the saw, it's the same. You have the similar problem.
And here's the lift bags. We have lift bags from 20 kilos bis 65 kilos. This is the lift bags. This is the lift bags underwater. We have 3 lift bags on a big net. Okay. Very, very important is we dive in a team. Team diving is important. One diver is for the cutting. The second diver is the assistant for the cutting. One diver is a safety diver, is 5 meters hinter the man's the work, and the other diver is for the documentation. Very important by the history frags. In the team is one diver, the dive leader, and say, here cutting, here cutting, here the lift bags. This is a film.
It's really.
this is on 45 meters. Cut the net. This is a net what on lead.
Du meinst ein Trolle?
Yeah.
Trolle-Net, yeah.
On the team, it's the it's a surface team. It's very important the communication to the surface and to the divers. And this is a net for Rügen, 3 tons on one frag.
Flying Dutchman. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
very good.